Hello, Gemini. This is Kim with Impressions 4444, and I am back. Thank you so much to all of you who support my channel and who are newly supporting my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. So we're gonna get started, Gemini. This is going to be your full moon reading. Full moon energy is about surrendering and letting go and surrendering things up to the universe that could be blocking our magic, our manifestation powers, or just blocking us in life in general. So, what we're going to ask Spirit today is what should we be surrendering? What should Gemini be surrendering during this full moon energy? What should you focus on as far as letting go and surrendering, right? That means working through the process. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Um, when I pull the Earthcraft card here, this one, I am going to read. I'm gonna give you the energy I'm feeling off of that, and then I'm gonna read out of the book for more insight. Okay, Gemini, let's get started. Holy Divine Universe, I call upon your divine light, your divine love, your divine wisdom, your divine guidance according to your divine will. Please show me what it is that I need to see for the star sign of Gemini. Please allow me to be the channel and bring forth clear messages for Gemini's highest good. Thank you. Holy Spirit, please show me what it is I need to see for Gemini. What should they release during this full moon energy? Oh, that's way too many. You got a lot. Gemini, you got quite a bit of things, but we're going to focus on one right now because there's going to be other full moons. All right. I don't know. I don't feel good about that card. If it's meant to come out again, it will. Oh, yeah. You got a lot. Come on, Jim. Okay. Spirit said this is what it is. It came out again. It's called protection. You are protected. 24 breaking down to a 6. Okay. I feel like this is a love situation for some reason, but it may not, let's see. But I feel like fruition is the bottom of the deck. This is 37 breaking down to a 10. Um Protection. What are you afraid of? Okay, why do you have your guard up? Because I feel like guards are up. Guards, maybe borders, like not even not even a bird cage view of your heart. I feel like this is more of a, I'll give you a little peek, not being completely open. Okay. Um, some of you want love, some of you are maybe looking for love, but I feel like this has a lot to do with you. Okay. You being able to receive love, not just give it, but also receive love. Not just gifts, okay, but to be able to receive love when someone is loving you, especially the best way that they can. You know, you have to teach people how you like to be loved, and then it's their decision whether they are able and willing to love you in the way that you want to be loved. Okay. All right. All right. Some of you are afraid of getting hurt. That's why the borders are up. Okay. The walls are up. Uh-oh. Nope. Mm, there we go. Ivy. 14 breaking down to a 5. Ivy. Okay. And then we have River Woman. I like these two cards. These came out again. These came out for another reading, I do believe. See how she has her hands covering almost by blocking herself with this ivy. And but then you see the River Woman 23. These are both fives. 14 breaking down to a five. See that 14 breaking down to a five, and you have 23. That also breaks down to a five. These are total opposite. Okay. I feel like it, especially with these two cards coming out, I'm gonna leave that there for a reference because I really feel they go together. Um, Along with that, going back to what I said earlier when I said you have to teach people how you want to be loved because they don't know. We don't know, if you find a partner, you have to get to know your partner in order to find out, to discover how they desire to be loved and vice versa. They have to, get to know you as well. But I feel it's hard for people to get to know you if you have your walls up, if you're not living from your heart space, if you're not speaking up about what your needs are. Okay. And I'm not saying that in a needy way, like, you, like, I need you to do this. No, you know, it's almost like what Spirit is telling me is a synchronicity. And if that person syncs with you, that person would take the verbal and the nonverbal cues from you on how you desire to be loved. However, I feel like with this Ivy that you're not so much, you know, providing like any verbal or nonverbal cues. You're just kind of hiding behind this Ivy here, right? Not allowing anyone to get in, to even discover. That's one of the great things about relationships is when you meet someone, you know, it's this whole new adventure that privileged with discovering about this person if this person is really, wanting that adventure with you, right? So, and it turned right to Ivy. That's great. Ivy is a beautiful adaptive plant that doesn't require much nourishment for it to flourish. She reaches out her vines easily, making new friends with nearby plants and structures, trusting them to hold her as she stretches and expands. In that way, ivy symbolizes love, loyalty, and establishing new connections. Pulling the ivy card is highly favorable for seeking new relationships. The universe is smiling on new love, friendships, and business partnerships. You may even find a soulmate connection when this card comes to a reading. Additionally, this card is a signal to deepen existing relationships and to put more energy into your social self care. Spend time with those you care about. Call a lost friend. Be present with those who equally support you. And watch as your relationship reach a new level of commitment. Trust that you will be held by those around you and you will be rewarded with limitless growth. Okay. So this is about letting your guard down. This is about deepening those connections, allowing others to get to know you, and you, in turn, um, allow yourself to get to know others. Okay. Sometimes we are in fear of, especially if you've been through a lot of, troublesome relationships. You had some connections that didn't work out. We tend to kind of build walls, but it's not about building walls because you want your heart open so that you can attract the right people. The thing we have to do is create boundaries and implement those boundaries and don't dishonor ourselves by crossing those boundaries. Boundaries are is a line that you won't cross as well as the other person that so you can't allow yourself to cross that boundary as well. Okay. So it's not about building walls, but it's definitely about setting boundaries, right? When you build walls, you deprive yourself of opportunities to meet wonderful people just like you, okay? Or hold the same values. Look at that. Okay. A time to give rather than take. Okay, I feel like this is a time to open up. Okay, people are sharing information about themselves to you. It's time for you to share. Okay, a new start is coming. Okay, some of you are going to meet a new person. Some of you may have also a new phase coming in your relationship. You may go to another level. Um, so this is all good. It's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. And then a win-win outcome is forecast. Okay. And emotions are running high. I felt that from this card. It's like a need to protect, like you're afraid. Some of you are afraid that the other shoe is going to fall and things are not going to go the way that, you hope for them to go. And that's not true. You're just setting yourself up for a self-fulfilling prophecy. Always vibrate high when it comes to your connections. Always look for the best outcome, not the worst. Don't go down the rabbit hole of, imagining or visualizing things that may or may not ever happen. Look for the good in it all. Okay. All right. So let's get our soul journey cards and we're going to wrap this up. Oh, ah, that's way too much. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Okay. I feel like that's the energy that I was picking up. um, you have this fear, but you're like, oh no, it's not. Yeah, it is. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind, imagination. And what did I just say? Don't imagine your situation, your connections or relationships in the worst possible manner. Don't, that's what I mean by don't make up things that may or may not ever happen. Always look for the best outcome. So you're going to imagine things, wonderful things. Like you imagine your relationship growing, you connecting on a deeper level. You're just having all this fun. You're being there for each other through thick and thin. All imagine it that way. Okay. We put ourselves in a tizzy by going down that rabbit hole of negativity. Okay. Okay, grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay. I feel like that is more of those of you who resonate with having so many different challenging relationships and loss in relationships, that you can appreciate a relationship much, much more because of that loss? What have you learned? What wisdom did you gain through that experience with that connection? And now that it's gone, it's not the person. Understand if love is never lost. if you love truly, okay? Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, okay? For some of you who have lost, um not lost, but maybe connections that have ended, it is time for you to evolve. Now, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the connection, depending on your situation, which I don't know. But sometimes it's a good time to be apart again with that grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it, right? Sometimes connections end to give you time to be apart so that you can learn, evolve, and grow in other ways. There's other experiences that you may need in order to come back together and then appreciate each other much, much more. Okay. So for some of you, if you have, broken up with someone or something like that, a connection that disconnected, it may not be the end. I'm not here to give you hope as far as, because if it's a connection that should have ended, it should end, right? If it's not aligned to who you are. But for some of you who, couldn't open up and really had a hard time connecting on a deeper level, and that person may have, said, "Hey, my time is up," you know, you may come back together again. But I feel like opening your heart, setting boundaries versus walls will help you. Okay. All right. Libra. I mean, not Libra, Gemini. This was your reading. I hope this helped. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I love you guys. You have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.